Well, everybody, I've got some news for you, and I gotta say, this was news to me and very unexpected news, and this is on racial lines. I think this is the first time I'm gonna talk about race on this channel and maybe not upset anybody because this is a strange phenomenon that is taking place online right now. And the news is that if you are ginger, if you're redheaded, baby, you're black. Apparently redheads are black. And now I'm going to explain myself and show you exactly what I've been introduced to you. And when I tell you I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's going on, but I'm having fun. So let's get into gingers being black.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yes, this one's a strange one. It's a phenomenon that I've been seeing taking off online. When I say taking off online, everybody who's talking about this topic is getting millions upon millions of views. The redheads are coming out in full force, accepting their blackness, crying over it. Black people are with open arms, inviting gingers to the cookout and saying that they are indeed honorary black people. Now I'm going to show you some TikToks and videos so that you guys know I'm not crazy. I'm actually seeing this. This first one got 5.5 million likes on it.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers.
Okay. You know, I love that. Just pure statement. No facts, no stats, no data. People are commenting, Ed Sheeran, where you at? Hell yeah, sister. With white power fist. Agreed. Every ginger I've ever met has had a vibe. And another one says, ginger here. I've always wondered why I was so soulful and invited to the barbecue. Guys, I don't know. Here's another one. Okay. This one says, gingers are not black. It was right in front of us all along. I know where this is going. Yeah, so if you rearrange the letters of ginger, you can find another word, often labeled as a derogatory word. Okay, now gingers have been responding to this. The redheaded community has been coming out and saying, you know what? We accept the invitation to the black race. We are black. We feel seen. We feel heard. For what reason? I don't know, but hopefully we're gonna know by the end of this video. Now, a lot of gingers are crying as this person on TikTok who got 1.2 million likes on it says, you know, the gingers are being tormented. What did we do to them? Let's see.
What did y'all do to gingers? Because ever since that lady said all black people are ginger, all gingers are black people, there's gingers on my For You page with tears sobbing down their eyes like they haven't slept in years, talking about them. I've never felt this loved before. What did y'all do to them?
Now, I hadn't seen these videos, but what did we do? What did anybody do to the gingers? In fact, I think some of y'all even think ginger is a derogatory term, which is so funny considering if we rearrange the letters, we could find another derogatory term. So let's say the redhead community, you know, they were the butt of jokes oftentimes in like cartoons and TV that I watched as a kid. I knew like redheads that would consistently be bullied for having red hair. You know, it is a genetic minority, so maybe that's something that has to do with it. And it sort of toes the line of some of the racial complaints of black people. So maybe that's why gingers feel seen. But I had to find the videos of gingers crying because I don't know what might have sparked that. So I need to hear it from the redhead's mouth. Now I found a compilation. So we're going to watch this and see how the gingers are reacting to being called black.
The black community literally saved my physical life.
I have so many emotions right now. I can't even process them all. The last 48 hours of my life, I've never felt more loved in my life.
Truly wanted.
I'm black.
What is
I got a lot of mixed emotions.
This past week, I have felt more connected, more appreciated, and more loved than I ever have from a community of people in my entire life.
I hope there's a good outcome to all of this.
This whole thing about gingers being part of the black community low-key hits home for me.
And I can just see how loving and genuine all of you guys are.
This past week has been the best week of my life. And I just want to show my appreciation, my gratitude to, you know, all the kind words, all the love, everything that I've received.
Oh my gosh. What did y'all do to them? What did y'all do to them? you know what? I like if this is what it takes for people to feel loved and appreciated, I do have questions. You know, why is that the route to being loved and appreciated? But also I can sort of see it. You know how we say black is beautiful, black power, black king, black joy, black girl magic. And now I guess gingers are getting the express route, you know, the catalyzed reaction of being called black, all in their comments, flooded as it's this huge internet trend. So I imagine they do feel loved and appreciated. And I'm so sorry to any of them who are not feeling any love and appreciation before. It is interesting that you need to be referred to as black before feeling that love and appreciation, but it really just makes me wonder, how have you guys been treated this entire time? Now, there's plenty of videos where this continues. Here's a black man telling a young ginger girl that she is in fact black.
You're black.
I'm white.
You're black.
I'm white.
You black. You a ginger. What do you mean?
Because you're a ginger!
You know, if you're ginger, you're black, right?
And guys, I've never heard this in my life. Have you guys heard this ever before? I've never heard this in my life, but nonetheless, it goes on. Because now the gingers are making jokes, okay? This one says, by the way, it's ginger, not ginger. Not the backwards hat on his afro ginger hair. Not... Oh, goodness. This next ginger is trying to lock in his invitation to the cookout.
Now that gingers are black, I'd first like to thank the black community for welcoming us with open arms. And secondly, I'd like to humbly submit my application to bring a dish to the cookout. Now, my specialties are in barbecuing, and things that I need to work on is soul food.
So the gingers have awoken to their true nature. I haven't seen spice of this caliber since the great purge of Arrakis.
Not the purge of Arrakis.
They called Paul Atreides the Messiah. But alas, we knew better.
Oh.
Grant this man spread bun. Extra butter. Send the flying hellcat. Invite us to the cooking.
You know what? I love it. It's all in good fun, and there's even more, okay? And not only do I love it, the Redheads love it. Here's another young man whose mood has changed since finding out that he is in fact black. Not the moonwalk. Hey. You know what? There's rhythm. There's a rhythm, there's rhyme. And you know, this is the first time I've heard it said in this way, but I'm starting to connect the dots. I've got my little red string out. I've got my little cork board out.
Take a look at this.
If I recall, we've been talking about race swapping in TV shows and movies. And I remember a specific diagram in which somebody laid out the fact that the most commonly race swapped characters are in fact redheaded characters. Boom. Look at this graph here. And look at redhead swapped for none other than a black person. Now, why is that happening? Okay, let's start the conspiracy music. Let's put on our tinfoil hat. Could the gingers actually be black? Now, I do have a different theory. Redheads are already the minority in TV shows and movies. They're often used as like the little sidekick, quirky character. And that is often what they do to these black race swap characters as well. They're just putting it in for a little sprinkle of representation. And where redheads used to get that representation, now it's black people's turn. So they're swapping out the little redheaded characters. But now what you've done is actually made the minority expand, because they are banding together and redheads are joining the forces of black people, I guess, in this fight for representation. Now, I saw this other girl post on TikTok. Her name is Khadijah, and she's talking about gingers being black. And she goes back to these like famous TV shows that surround typically like black families or black characters. There's That's So Raven, there's Proud Family, there's Abbott Elementary. And if you look at these TV shows, who is the little sidekick character with these black families and with these black characters? None other than little redheads. And we'll put the pictures up so you can see all of them. And then I'm reminded of the Goofy movie. And when the Goofy movie came out, there was this huge debate over whether or not Goofy and his son were black or white. And the general consensus, or at least the grip on the Goofy movie taken by the general public, was that Goofy and his son were black. And if you'll remember, there was a love interest in that movie, Roxanne. And what is Roxanne? A redhead. Now, my evidence is sparse, guys. My evidence is thin. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. It is loosely configured. But nonetheless, if this is creating this much happiness, this much joy, this much community, and, you know, we have white people of red hair being accepted into the black community, so be it. You know, the gingers who have seemingly endured tons of abuse and torment as they are crying at the mere prospect of being called black and being accepted to a community that is not their own. Let's allow it for the sake of fun, for the sake of prosperity and community. I guess the gingers are now honorary black people, guys. I have no commentary on this. I just wanted to share that this is taking place online and get your thoughts on it. Hopefully you have commentary on it. And I especially want to hear from the redheads that are watching this video right now. If there are any of you out there, okay, any gingers, okay, without the hard R. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this. As always, guys, if you disagree with anything said in this video, which, I mean, there's fair room to disagree with this, drop it in the comments down below. I encourage healthy debate on this channel. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Shout out to all my gingers. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.